For the most realistic steering system available on the market, look no further than Sim Steering from Leo Bodnar. Designed and hand-built at the home of British Motorsport's Silverstone circuit, it's extensively used by professional driver training centres and race teams including Formula 1 since 2010. The high precision and completely linear response coupled with high strength provides the ultimate in realistic steering force feedback. Visit simsteering.com.
What is so important about driving faster than anyone else?
A lot of people go through life doing things badly. Racing's important to men who do it well. When you're racing, it's life. Anything that happens before or after, it's just waiting.
Good afternoon and welcome to Apex Racing TV. Alex Simpson here in a very sunny Belgium, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps for round 8 of the Sim Racers Asia series. We have got a full commentary box for you today. I'm joined, well, it's a bit of an Australian takeover really. We've got Brenton, Mark and Bernie here to call the action. Amongst myself, I'll try and stop them from doing it as a bit of a biased opinion. Hello fellas, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks mate. You're not going to, no chance in hell of succeeding there. We will be taking over this commentary box with some heavily biased opinions about some great Australian drivers in tonight's race.
And Mark, what are you expecting to see from this one? Great track, great series. Just what? There we go.
Sorry about that. Great track for these cars. I'm actually going to have a run, so you can cross over to me anytime you like, boys. Straight in.
Oh, that should be interesting. And Bernie, first time you joined us for this series, I believe, so it's going to be new to you, but the thought of the GT series round Spa, what are you thinking we're going to have?
Yeah, this series is new to me. I do a bit of GT3 racing in the other series though. I think we're going to have a really great race tonight. I'm interested to see how the Macca goes around here against the BMWs.
Yeah, just having a quick look at the championship standings after the eventful race was Road Atlanta. Marcus Lendermann still leading the way in the championship, but just 5 points from Mikko Nazi, so nothing really separating those two. Going to be a great battle, I have to think, today. This championship's going to go all the way to the wire, I have no doubt. Dongwu Gang is third place. Now he is got Charles Desir hot on his heels, just 7 points separating those two guys. Tobias Cherney, representing Australia, finds himself in 5th place, newcomer to the series. Scott Stevens also representing Australia in 6th, with the same from Tim Jackson. So a lot of new faces in this series and really starting to move their way up through the championship standings. Taking a quick look at the overall team or country standings, Singapore still lead the way on 552 points, with Australia now moving up into second place. Calm down, lads, not just yet. 506, still got a little way to go before you catch up, but these two miles in front of the rest of the pack. Malaysia 312 and defending champions Korea, obviously split into two now, 305, sorry. So we've got Alpha Korea and Bravo Korea teams now, be it the domination last season, but not seen so many of the returning faces from last year. Really hurt their team championship chance, but it's all about Singapore and Australia here.
Well, the loss of Mikko from the Korean team obviously hurts. He was here early days of the series. I think he did the first two races, but I think he found pretty early on that the McLaren isn't as competitive as it was last year, especially with the new BMW. But Australia went from 7th in the series last year. We've got some strong numbers this year, well, this season, sorry. So it's been heavily promoted within the Australian ranks. So it's good to see some Aussies out there, but don't just turn up, boys. They're putting in a strong performance as well.
Yeah, we're about halfway through qualifying as it stands. We'll get you some up-to-date information shortly, but I have to say, as far as the championship standings are going, I mean, I think this run-in, these last few rounds of this season are just going to be absolutely fantastic. Not that every other race hasn't been. I mean, I think this one thing we comment about this series week in, week out about how great it is, and apologies, I'm just running the wrong overlays. I've just seen that. I was about to bring them up, but yeah, each week we just have just an amazing time just commentating this series. I was there last week at Roland, great racing. I just think these last three races, there's so much on the table with both the team and the Drivers' Championship up for grabs. This Spa as well. This is going to be epic today.
Well, it will be, but looking at qualifying now, it's probably the most dominating performance we've seen thus far in the series. Mikko Nasi is the only driver that's actually in the 17s, a 17.941 in quali. He did do a 17.7 in practice, which was 6/10 up on the second place. Very close between Dongwoo Gang in second. Well, gee whiz, all the way down to Tim in sixth. It's only the 4/10 there. So, real driver's track here, isn't it? And just the going through Eau Rouge, the ability to hold it flat is going to be a massive difference here. I know some cars can, I know some cars struggle.
Yeah, let's just take a quick look. As you said, so Mikko, followed by Dongwoo, Charles Desser, Marcus Lendermann. Marcus going to need to pick up the pace if he's going to hold on to that championship lead. Yaron Wong, very strong the last few weeks. Expect to see him fighting up there as well. Tim Jackson, Tobias Cherney, Scott Stevens, Yutu Sato, new name I believe, I haven't seen him before, so great to see new members still joining up as well. And Lazardri is your current top 10.
And our top McLaren runner as well. I've done a bit of practice with the boys this week. Marcus actually puts a couple of servers up during the week, and Farney's actually showed some good pace in the McLaren. A bit down at the moment in 2:19.6 down in 10th place. I do know he's got more than that in that car. They were around the 2:18.1s during race pace for some of them, which was bloody impressive considering. But it's going to be a tight race, but I'm thinking it's going to be a tight race for second.
Yeah, we're running the endurance configuration of the circuit today as well, and what has always been picked up on in past is how this endurance track, the margins for the off tracks are so much minor, with so many points up for grabs, with the bonus points for a clean race or under so many incidents. Drivers are going to really struggle today to keep themselves, well, basically keep a clean race, but also to not get the penalty points as well. So it's not. Let's keep an eye on that, see how the drivers do. If they're constantly extending the track, I expect some big penalty points will come off them. So you might be able to win this race, but if you're extending every lap, then you could end up losing points on the guy who finishes in second place.
Well, it's going to be possibly the difference in winning and losing a championship, the bonus points and or penalty points, isn't it? So it's very important. Going to be 2 stops tonight, 46 litres to carry, so they're going to get to about lap 9, lap 10 stretching. So 2 long pit stops with the endurance pits, isn't it? It's just, I think a minute 10 is about your, by the time you do your in-lap and your out-lap, including your pit stops, about a minute 10 stop each way.
Yeah, it's as you were saying earlier on, just before we went on air, Brendan, surprised to see no Ford GTs in here, where they expect to be able to make the whole race distance. And when you're talking 2 minutes 20's worth of time, that's nearly 2 laps. So I know they're quite a bit slower overall, but strategically it could have been the car to go for today, but the love that is the Z4 at the moment for most of the guys out there, and those few loyal fans for the McLarens and the Roughs, we're not going to see one take part.
No, it's a shame because they would have stretched it to make it the full time. They probably may have needed a splash and dash, but I reckon they could have made it with a bit of conservative driving. And to be honest, I was really hoping to see a competitive GT tonight. They're probably quicker on a straight line. I think they're getting up to 253, 254 Ks down the main straight, whereas the BMWs get 251, 252. So it's just a shame that no one's put their hand up and said, I'll take that chance tonight.
Dongwu gang gets a little bit out of shape. That's not Dongwu, who's that? Because Dongwu's in the Z4. Let's just have a quick look, see if we can find who that is. Can't locate the driver. The rough Martini liveried rough out there looks very nice.
Yeah, that's our new fella, Yuto Sato. Here he goes. Yep, so that's new to the series, but putting in competitive times already in the top 10, so it's good to see a rough in there as well. This is hopefully there's going to be a fair bit of even racing with different classes here, different cars tonight.
Yeah, we have mentioned, when we were talking about balancing the cars out, and that there isn't an awful lot that needs to be done with them, but Yuto has showing here that you can get that rough up there. 9th place, hell of a performance for a first race so far. 3 minutes left of qualifying to go as well.
Well, Bernie, you would probably know more than I would about the rough. Can you hold the rough flat through Eau Rouge?
I don't have a lot of experience in the rough. I'm more the McLaren guy. We should cross over to Mark and ask him, since he's out there circulating at the moment.
Well, that's very true. He is. You're on board there, Mark?
Yeah, mate.
The rough in Eau Rouge, you can hold it flat?
Not quite. Just about, but not quite. Got to roll the brake a bit up the top, otherwise it'll spit you at the other side.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that.
How's the rough feel compared to the BMW out there, Mark? What's the story?
Don't know, mate. Never switched to the BMW. I stuck with the rough, mate.
But do you feel they're a lot quicker around here compared to the rough? Just from what you've seen?
Oh yeah. No, they're a lot better through the corners. Yeah, they can hold their speed through the corners a lot better.
Yeah, I think that seems to be where the major point is the apex speed of the car. So I think that's why any league out there that's gone to balance them has done it with just a little bit of weight, because it just slows them up a little bit.
Yeah, and going through Eau Rouge and the McLaren, I found I just had to lift a little bit as well. I couldn't quite make it flat, but pretty close.
Well, with just a minute to go, sorry, Mikko Nasty's provisional pole was 17.7, 6/10 up on Charles Sierra. I think the story here is our series leader Marcus Lendermann. I don't recall him starting anything lower than 5th. He's on his last quick lap now with only the minute to go. He will not get another lap in after this. It's going to be interesting to see if he can punch out a good lap or whether some pressure be on our series leader. Probably for the first time he's under some serious pressure here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know 5th place around this circuit. I mean, it's not the end of It's not the end of the day, end of the world with that. I mean, you can overtake here as well. Massive straightaway sections that we have at Spa. The slipstream effect of these GT3s will play into his hands, and he will be able to work his way up. And I dare say the grid, the pack is going to be quite close. It's all going to be about maintaining sort of that second gap to the guys in front.
And I can tell you, Marcus will not improve on his time. He's just made a mistake over the back there. So the best he's going to be is sixes. Tim Jackson in the Demidov Innovations BMW. There's number 1. He's gone up to 4th place with 2:18.3 now. I know he did a 2:18.1 during midweek, so there's a bit more left there if he could fit another lap in, and he is on another lap now.
Yeah, Marcus just posted up that he was on a great lap, but then he pulled his wheel off his desk. Let's hope he tightens it down for the race, eh?
Well, I found during midweek practice with the BMW, holding it flat through Eau Rouge, or even being in another car's slipstream in Eau Rouge, it's not that easy. You actually have to back off quite a bit.
Yeah, it's amazing to think actually that those Z4s can make it through Eau Rouge flat. I mean, it just goes to show the mid-corner sort of grip and downforce that they've got, and why they're like dominating this GT series at the moment.
Well, yeah, it's a very set-up prone to be flat and heavy steering, and you do wash away quite a lot of speed with your steering. So, Mikko's coming in pits now. So I would dare say that's it. I can't think of anyone else on a fast lap. Mid-park maybe? Alex, no.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's pretty much pulled it up by the looks of it. Just Tim Jackson really the only one out there circulating with an opportunity, I think. Harrison O'Brien, he might be able to pop himself up. We haven't seen him down in 15th place for a while. It's worth it. We've got car upside down.
Harrison, I think.
It was indeed, so that's that one done. We just watched Tim's last lap. Here,
Yeah,
is he going to improve?
A bit sideways there, lost a bit of traction. Yeah, he's I know that he's struggling this week with some new pedals. Well, he's actually struggling with his old pedals. He's the one he normally does. It's gone a bit skew-whiff this week for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, so he remains where he is. The last of the guys just finishing up their laps, but doesn't look like anybody's out there putting in any faster sectors. So let's just take a quick look at the qualifying grid. Brendan, if you don't mind taking us away.
Mikko Nasi on pole with 2:17.7, well clear of the second place. Charles is here now. I know Charles has put in some strong midweek results, so expect him to be there around the finish. Very close, only the 3 100s in it between Charles in second and Dongwoo Gang, last year's series champion, in third. Dongwoo's put in a pretty strong effort the last few races. It's great to see him competitive again. Tim Jackson, Demidov Innovations, BMW number 2, there we go, in fourth, in front of Yaron Wong, who's put in a strong performance. Marcus Lendermann, this will be the interesting one here. 6th place, by far his lowest position, 2:18.5. Scotty Stevens at 2:18.8. I know he went quicker than that in practice midweek. Tobias Cherny at 2:19.1 in 8th. Yuto Saito, our newcomer in the 23 rough. Great performance for him. 10th in the first of the McLarens is Fani Lazary with a 2:19.5. Other noticeables, Harrison O'Brien, it's probably disappointing for him. He can normally finds himself in the top 10. He's down in 15th. Paul Rogers, who's been involved with some incidents, unfortunately, in opening laps, in 14th, so hopefully it'll all be nice and clean. Our host in 22nd place, Mark Lang.
Yeah, interesting to see Paijo down in 20th as well. He's normally very, top 10, top 5 as well in qualifying, so expect a strong start from him. DK Lee down in 24th as well. Yeah, whopping amount of people turned out for this one, 35 potential going to the grid.
Yeah, there's going to be a few take their penalties from the last race, starting from pit lane, and that's a big disadvantage here, isn't it? It really is. It's a long pit exit, and everybody else is going to be up and away, but it'll be a great race. I'm looking forward to it. Who do you think was going to be your favourite?
I dare say Charles is going to have a good opportunity today if he can get the slipstream, get a good start here as geez, lights are green already, guys are away, and actually Charles does get a fantastic start, side by side going into Eau Rouge. It's going to force the issue. Mikko perhaps giving him a bit more room than he needs to. Dongwoo Gang gets a great run as well. Tim Jackson looks like he's got a lot of slipstream off Dongwoo as well. Oh, we've got a big crash. Newcomer Sato. Oh dear, it's caused carnage as well. There's just no room up there once the cars start spiraling out of control. Lots of guys. Take a little bit
damage at the front as well, unfortunately. Oh, that's disappointing racing. It really is. Marcus Lendermann involved. Marcus Wang involved. Oh, that's disappointing. End of the straight. It's oh, that big crash has really split the field up early, hasn't it? Marcus is going to be very frustrated now. He's just got to keep a level head here. It's a great start at the front here. Mikko and Charles Cicera and Yaron Wong clearly away now, and it's just disappointing to see that kind of racing and start.
Yeah, and Jake Burton's got some real heavy damage back here, guys.
Yeah, I see a lot of guys not out there at the moment, just towing back. Dongwoo Gain, Mohad, Wong Young Kwan, Sato, Rogers, Kingham, Parkinson. There's a lot. Such a shame.
Well, it is a shame. Dongwoo Gang, as I said just in the pre-race, he's shown some great pace in the last few races. He's right in there, but I can tell you what else is happening right now is that Charles Cicera is making a move on our leader, Mikko Narsi. This will be interesting. Yes, he's passed him around the outside. What a fantastic effort.
Around the outside before he hits Blanchimont as well. Great move. Wong's got a bit of a run as well, going into the bus stop. Mikko deciding to brake a little bit later than the normal, perhaps there, just to make sure that Wong doesn't have a look. Jackson very tight on the tail there as well.
Well, we've seen this before though from Mikko, haven't we? Like, he's shown some genuine pace in practice and quali. He's happy controlling the race from second place. It could be a fuel strategy as well, but I don't think that's going to make much difference. They can wind the engines up to fuel map setting 1 because they're going to need to make 2 stops anyway.
Yeah, we know, of course, that the draft is so huge here as well. So, but Charles starting to gap a little bit here.
Yeah, he is. It's surprising, and Yaron's making it's in a good draft of Mikko here. Down the back straight, be deep under brakes here. Around the outside, it's going to be gutsy, but Mikko's got a championship to think of. Holds tighter line and keeps that position. Peugeot's just coming into the pits, unfortunately, back in the McLaren, so he's had a rotten weekend. Oh, our co-commentator Mark Noble in the pits as well.
Yeah, it looks like a lot went off on that first lap. Let's just take a quick look at that back, and we'll revisit the start and see what happened, and go from there.
Yeah, I think there's 7 cars in the pits, plus those who've already left. That's geez, that's disappointing, isn't it? That really, just some cars just got no choice of where to go, have they? Get cleaned up and not through anything they've done wrong.
It seems like the bookmarks aren't working, which is a bit of a frustration. No, we're not jumping back, unfortunately, so I can't bring you the replay of the start. I do apologise for that. Maybe we'll try and get that back up in a moment.
Looking up the front, guys, we've got a McLaren in running 6th and 7th, I think.
Yeah, Fani Lazari has shown some good genuine pace. He would be the strongest of the McLaren drivers, and the McLaren is very fast down the straight. You do not want to be stuck behind a McLaren. There's 6th and 7th for the McLaren, so they will show some strong pace throughout.
Yeah,
but look at this race at
BMW.
the front. Sorry, top 4 places are all split by, what have we got, just 1.3 seconds, and only the 2.7 seconds back to Lendermann in 6th, so hopefully Lendermann can just stay patient, the positions will come to him. He's just got to keep his nose clean here. And again, Yaron with a strong entry and exit through Eau Rouge is in the slipstream of Mikko. Mind you, Mikko's in the slipstream of Thesira. It's a bit of a BMW train coming down
inside
the
there.
back
Sorry, boys, 1-1.
as Lendermann takes Stevens for position up to 5th place.
Yeah, just as we had Mark, our in-race commentator there, letting someone go. Right, I think I think I've got a.
So you're doing the right thing.
I think I've got a replay of the start here now, lads. So let's just take a quick look at this back. Perhaps jumped just a little bit too far back. Sorry about that, but yeah, it's always tricky when you're trying to find the points.
In the meantime, as Bernie said, Farney Lazary in 7th place in that first McLaren, he's having no problems at all keeping up with these leading BMWs here. He's just hanging in nicely under the tail of Scotty Stevens in front in the JFF Racing number 2 BMW. So it's I would love to see the Macca just go a bit longer in fuel, but I'm pretty convinced it can't.
Yeah, it all started off with the two getting together at the top of the hill. Sato as well, and then just from there it just spiraled out of control. No one got enough room. That section of the track with the Armco to the right and the left just basically forces all the traffic back in, and then we just see in Dongwu trying to recover there as well, but in very, very damaged shape. Yeah, it's a shame. Let's take it back live.
Well, it's the championship as well for Dongwu. He was 3rd. He was only the 7 points ahead of Charles, where you can see that disappearing in front of our eyes right now. So, this is going to be a change from the top 3 in the series overall.
Mikko really close this time to Charles, coming down the Kemmel Straight.
Yeah, it looks like playtime's over here. I think Mikko's getting stuck in, and tell you what, there's 4 of them going to be really close. It's fantastic driving here.
Oh, out of shape. Yeah, Wong around the outside. He's got the inside here. Mikko perhaps going to switch, try and dive back under, get this place back as quickly as possible. Nothing coming this time. Marcus Lendermann having a little look on Jackson back there. Oh, contact.
Oh, that is terrible, terrible driving, Lendermann. I'm sorry, but that's a sporting thing to do right now would be to drop back and give Tim that position back. That is not good. There's been some great clean racing for 4 laps. Yeah, well, it was. Been clean racing for 4 laps. He just jumps in, and it wasn't a net code. Don't worry about that, Lendermann. That was just drove straight in the back. I'm always critical of that type.
Yeah, Tim though, what I will say, Tim, great driving there. Didn't jump back out onto the circuit. He waited till there was room. Great driving on Tim's part. Just, yeah, unfortunately that's set him back down to 11th place now.
Yeah, that's disappointing. It's just poor driving, you know. That was my biggest fear at the start of this with his grid position. I thought he might get a bit impatient. He's shown that twice in 4 laps. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, perhaps his youth there taking over a little bit, trying to make those places up a little bit too quickly. Can happen to the best of us as well. Just get a little bit eager. Just made a little bit of mistake there under braking. Caught the back end of Tim and sent him around. Of course, he's got damage on that. He's got Scott Stevens behind him as well. Oh, Wong sideways into turn 1. That's Mikko's had to go really wide, and actually I think Lendermann's got up the inside of Mikko as well.
Well, it's all happening at the front here, isn't it? It's good. Just don't like seeing that type of driving. Sorry. I'll switch back on now. What that's done though is the Sierra is up and away, isn't he? Look at the gap he's got here. He wouldn't be worried about slipstream now. He's up and away for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing there, and Lendermann gets that uses that draft to good effect and gets himself up into second place. This is exactly what he wants for the championship. You know, I hope he'll obviously be hoping there'll be no post-race repercussions to the incident, but all he can do now is focus on his job, the job at hand, and keeping clean and trying to keep not only one but Mikko behind him.
Yeah, well, I would be very confident there'll be penalties forthcoming for that, so there should be. But he's got to, like you said, he's got to put his head down now. I don't think he's going to have a problem getting out of his head. He's showing some genuine pace there now.
Bernie, I know you like to keep a track of what's going on elsewhere on the field. You got any battles for us?
Not at the moment. I'm just focusing on the same battle you guys are looking, but I'll go back through the field and report anything I find.
Yeah, just give us a shout if there's anything interesting while we keep an eye on these three here.
These two McLarens are just putting around in 6th and 7th now. It's definitely the strongest showing of the McLarens. It's great to see a bit of variation instead of the BMW train, but Teixeira with a 220.6 on his last lap, Lendermann with a 220.3, so there's the potential there for Lendermann to catch up and take Wong and Nasi with him. And Scotty Stevens is caught onto the tail of this as well.
Yeah, I thought that would be the case. I mean, Charles actually puts the fastest lap of the race in that time by as well, so he's actually extending his lead now. I dare say the damage on the front of Lendermann is going to cause him some issues, but the slipstream obviously helped him and got him that track position. Might be a bit of a sitting duck this time.
Can't really see much damage on Lendermann's car. I know the back of Tim Jackson's car's a mess, but I can't see much damage. But yeah, Teixeira with a 2:18.8, that's an exceptional time, isn't it? And he's around our co-commentator there. Well done, Nobby.
Yeah, Mark in his KRF. Rough there. Sorry, Bernie.
It's alright, I've just gone back through the field a little bit. Focused mainly on Timothy Jackson here. He's circulating in 24th. He's got some heavy rear wing damage though by the looks of it.
No, he's car number 24, mate. He's in position 11.
Okay, another mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right, mate. You're right.
Now, I dare say he's going to be one to keep an eye on. He might move himself back up, get into the slipstream.
Yeah, his race pace has dropped off considering he's a 220.1, and we know he's, I reckon he's about a second and a half off his race pace to start with.
We've got a battle that... I was going to say, we've got a battle here, Brenton, you might be interested in as well. So Brett just coming under a little bit of...
Lendermann is off. Lendermann is off, sorry.
Yeah, it looks like he just spun.
Let's take a quick replay of that to see what happened, and then we'll jump back to that other battle. Oh, he's already gone by the time we did that replay. Let's go back a bit further. Cost him a lot of time. Oh, there was... I tell you what, there was a bit of contact, wasn't there, from Wong. It's got him all out of shape. Yeah, finds himself down into 10th. Tim Jackson gets ahead of him.
What this has done is Charles Teixeira, what a fantastic effort. He's driving away from the field at the moment. Didn't pick this, he's 4.1 seconds up on Wong and Nasi, so this is, as I said at the start, that Teixeira's put in a lot of strong midweek performances, but just with Nasi's raw pace in practice and qualifying, it's just, yeah, it's fantastic performance by Teixeira, and it's a championship-changing performance so far for him.
So I will take us back to that little battle that was going off a little bit a moment ago, and that was Alex Chung was putting the pressure on Brett, but just coming out of the bus stop there, and another driver coming out of the bus stop just gets it all looped around, and
Mid Park's gone around, Alex has gone around. I'd like to think there's a bit of oil there. But
Well, that's just what I was about to say, but must be a new feature that iRacing have added to the endurance track that we don't know about.
Yeah, just haven't added the yellow and red flags as yet.
We've had a couple of retirements further back in the field, guys. We've had Isaac Kim was running 27th, has retired, and so is Mod Fazhol Sata, I think you pronounce it, on 28th, has retired from this race.
Yeah, lost quite a few people now in this one. But still 26 runners out there. And Mark will be glad to know he's in 26th. Come on, Mr. Noble. Get it going.
He's good job, Nobby. To finish first you've got to finish, mate. Good job.
Mate, that's right.
Tim Jackson starting to close in on Marcus Huang here.
Both cars have got some damage, haven't they? Back of Marcus's car's fairly out of shape, as is the back of Tim's car. Well, we know what happened to Tim. Don't know what happened to Marcus, but
I have to say,
it's going to make some difference.
Tim was the only other driver that last lap. Well, no, not quite actually. 3 drivers lapped in the
low 19s for Tim.
Yeah, in the 19s. So that was Charles, Tim, and Harrison O'Brien, and Jackson in. Actually, Wong just puts the fastest lap of the race in there as well. So a 1:18.6, absolutely flying. But we'll keep an eye on Jackson, see where he comes out in the pits.
Yeah, I'm surprised with this. I'm not sure he's going to make it just on the 2 stops, to be honest with you. I don't think this is what his plan is.
Still see that large gap that Charles has got, but definitely come down a bit, 3.5 seconds. Lost about half a second that last lap.
Yeah, I was on board with him for a while. I had a bit of traffic to deal with, I think, so he's he just drives such a good clean race normally, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly, and I think this is why the guys are going to struggle. He's always been a driver that's been particularly quick in and through the pit stop phase as well, so if he can nail that again this week and pull that gap out a bit, could well be in a very strong... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what's also surprising, Yaron Wong with a 2:18.6 for his last lap. That's a fantastic time. He's actually pulling a gap on Mikko Nasi. He's just got to think, is Mikko just saving fuel perhaps? I don't know, because this is a very un-Mikko performance at the moment.
Yeah, I guess the proof will be in the pudding. If he makes it to lap 13, then we know for sure that he's just doing the 1 stop.
Oh, I can tell you now, he will not make it to lap 13. That's not going to happen. Well, they're not even close. Like, I did a couple of runs on fuel map 2, fuel map 3, and no, they're not close to lap 13. He might be running fuel map 8 as far as I know. I wouldn't have a clue, but lap 13's not going to get there.
Yeah, still seems to be dropping back a little bit from Wong. I didn't see anywhere where he got damage, and actually he's got Scott Stevens to start thinking about in his rearview mirror. Harrison O'Brien jumped into the pits as well. Looks like it was just a bit of fuel that Harrison took as well. 6 seconds in the stop, so he's obviously going for his short splash now. No tyres.
Yeah, well, again, that's a surprise, because shouldn't be a short splash. It should be just 2 long stops. They shouldn't be doing splash to dash at all.
Well, we're up to lap 9. Charles still going.
Yaron Wong putting in some strong laps here. 2:18.6 followed by 2:18.5. He's driving this car hard at the moment. He's put in some strong performances the last few weeks. Nasty with a 2:19.1. Well, that's got to tell you something, because in practice he did a 2:17.7. I don't think he's got any damage, so he's obviously got something planned up his sleeve with fuel.
Yeah, it definitely looks like he's going to try and go longer than the rest.
And we've lost Harrison O'Brien, so obviously there's been something from that pit stop that he's hasn't gone right for him. This is probably the one race you do not want to get a stop-go penalty in pit lane.
I did.
Oh, did you in this race?
Yeah, mate.
Oh, unlucky, mate.
That's why I pitted.
The two Maccas really getting closer together now. We know how consistent Kevin is as well. Wazadri normally got just raw outright pace, but does make the odd mistake here and there, so who knows where how this battle's going to end out. What are the McLarens like on fuel, Brenton? Do you know? Are they any longer, or are they pitting around about the same?
Well, from my understanding, they'll put around the same time, so they'll need to 2-stop as well. I'm just, the more this race goes on, the more I think to myself, it would have been fantastic for someone to take that punt on the GT with a carnage that happened at the back early and cars doing probably maybe an extra pit stop than what they should do. It would have been fantastic to see one.
Okay, Mikko Nasi's just come into the pits, guys.
So certainly not saving all that much fuel. The guys, you know, Charles has gone round for another one.
That's really, really surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe he picked up a bit of damage that we didn't quite see. Just sort of subtly affecting the car a little bit. Just watching DK Lee putting the pressure on Kim here, another one of the McLaren drivers out there, side by side, going into the bus stop. Actually, Kim lets him have it, I think. So as he doesn't want to fight. Is he pitting in? No, both drivers continue on as well.
Had some real hard, consistent times here. Charles with a 2:19.015, a 1:91 for Yaron, and an identical time to the first and third at 2:19.015 with Scotty Stevens as well. So there's nothing to be gained and nothing to be lost up the front at the moment.
Just goes to show. Let's see. It goes to show how long the stops are as well. For Bernie just called that stop, and only now really has Mikko got to his box and it's just been released. So absolutely massive stops here. So important to get that right.
Yeah, it must feel like an eternity going down that pit lane.
Well, the lap time including the pit stop should be around a 3:15, I think it was off memory. So it's a slow lap and then lap slow as well. I think what I say about a minute 10 per pit stop you lose all up. But that to me is very surprising. Mikko Nasi might have had a good quality setup, mightn't he? The race setup might be not quite as strong, I guess, because I generally thought he would have been saving fuel, and he's just, I don't know, he just seems a bit out of sorts.
Okay, Charles, the seer of the leaders, just coming into the pits, guys.
And after that many laps, his car would be pretty dry, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and Jaren's followed him straight in.
Yeah, and both the Maccas as well.
Yeah, and Scott Stevens as well. So it looks like they're all running out of fuel, ready for the pits.
Yeah, let's just have a look where Mikko is now. He's coming into Curve Paul de Frere, I believe that one is. So he's quite a way to go down this back straight. Blanchimont.
Yeah, with some traffic in front too, but I would imagine if they haven't pitted yet, they'll have to pit this lap because they would be running on fumes at the moment. And that surprises me with Jackson's early pit stop. I don't know whether he'll make it or not.
Yeah, the only one that didn't go in for pits out of that group, guys, was Tobias. He's gone for another lap.
Well, we know from the V8 supercar driver that Tobias is very, very good at running long and maintaining speed as well. I still don't think that's going to work though, because I still think you're going to need to stop.
Yeah, Mikko coming around what is turn 1 as we know. It's a bit different with this layout. Charles still in the pits. Oh, this is going to be close. Very close. I'm not sure he's going to hold on to this. Mikko there coming through the screenshot now. Through a rouge, takes the lead, nails his pit stop, and he is going to have quite a lead as well.
Yeah, he's going to, but I don't know how that's happened because Mikko's pit stop wasn't anything spectacular. A 3:14 is only the 1 second better than the average.
Well, Mikko's pit stop was 5 seconds. His stationary stop was 5 seconds quicker than that of Charles.
Okay, well there has to be a reason for that, and I can't think of one. So obviously he hasn't put as much fuel in. Maybe he was fuel saving, as we were saying, and just didn't put as much fuel in, just so he didn't have to put as much in. But it's, holy heck, that's a convincing change, isn't it? Just for the record, Lendermann's actually out of the race as well. He's withdrawn, unfortunately, so not only did he take Jackson with him, but then he's withdrawn later on. That's disappointing. It's a big change for the series as well.
Yeah, that's definitely going to put Mikko on the front foot now. Just check in with just some other drivers out there. Fred Altash. One in his black Z4. Chung Won Kim. Sitting 4th place at the moment, still yet to pit.
So we've had a total of 9 retirements so far in this race.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame to see so many go, but it's only really been a couple ever since the first few laps. Not too bad.
I'll tell you what else is massively interesting happening, and you picked at AC, and I said, no, you might be wrong, but you might be spot on. Tobias Cherney has gone around for another lap. He's going to be knocking on the door if he can suck the life out of this car and then one more lap of fuel. A one stop, it's going to be all over.
Yeah, if he pits in this time, it's going to be hard for him. He's going to have to save an obscene amount of fuel. But as we know, it's a minute long. He's got enough time to play with. He really can just stick it on, like you say, like map 8 and fuel save it around 38 seconds is the lead at the moment.
Yeah, he's...
I'm keeping a close eye on Tobias, guys, so I'll let you know when he pits.
Yeah, I'm just riding on board with him now. There's just nothing coming out of his car when it comes to the rev limiter at all. It's low revs, early into the corner. He's really pushing lightly here, but he could do the job.
We know how good he is at fuel saving. We mentioned it before. How often have we seen him no stop races in that Ford V8 supercar, which I have to say is probably a damn sight harder to fuel saving than these modern day GT3 cars. Just watch him into the bus stop, see if look at how early he's off. He's just coasting into the corner, saving a load of fuel. This is the key one. Is he in? No, he's not. He is going for it.
Well, it's interesting his lap time. His lap times have gone off a couple of seconds. A 220, a 221, a 222, and he's back down to the 220s. Oh, Tobias, you're a genius if you can pull this off, son.
Yeah, I'm keeping a close eye also, guys, on the gap between Mikko and Tobias to see if you can actually fuel save and maintain that gap.
Well, the best that Mikko's going to do is probably an 18, so he's 2 seconds a lap's not going to do it. Tobias has really opened this race up with some fantastic tactics.
Yeah, so the gap's about 38 seconds at the moment.
It's just something that we don't normally see in these GT3 races. Guys out there fuel saving, you don't normally need to, but this is absolutely the perfect race. Brenton, you're so sure earlier on that you just couldn't make it, and I'm pretty sure that's what the rest of the field's like. Tobias and his crazy thinking has thought, you know what, I can do that.
Well, I can't wait to have a chat with him. Let's just see if he does make it, but everything's pointing towards him doing it now. He should be right. I can't wait to have a chat with him, see what his fuel mapping was. But I'll tell you what, it would be a sensational performance if he could pull this off. And right about now, Mikko and Charles are thinking, something doesn't look right here.
Yeah, the gap's down to 36.5 seconds.
Yeah, just having a look at the lap times as well. It looks like Mikko's already stepped up the lap time, so maybe he did have a little bit of damage. Because he's certainly pulling away from Charles, but that could also correspond with what we were seeing and thinking that Mikko took less fuel as well, a little bit lighter out there.
Yeah, well, a 2:18.2 fast lap of the race with a 2:18.4 to back that up, so he's putting his head down now and drawing away from Charles. Yeah, he's only the 4.5 seconds up, but he's looking comfortable all of a sudden, except for car 276 there. Tobias is certainly putting the wind up them all.
Yeah, DK Lee still under a little bit of pressure. These guys not been separated by much the whole race actually, Kim and Lee.
Okay,
Tobias
is
in the pits.
guys.
It's a long old way to his pit box as well. Let's hope that he's calculated the fuel to the actual correct pit box and not just the first ones.
Well, he's over halfway through the race distance, isn't he? So if anything, he can breathe easier the second half.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think this must be Mikko just coming through the bus stop now. So he's going to retain the lead, but he knows he's going to need an extra stop. And I'm not sure he'll know exactly where and why Tobias is where he is. You know, I think the only possible explanation can be that he is one stopping, and that's why he's out there. So let's hope Mikko's on the ball with that one. Tobias still trundling down the pits. It's downhill. He could run out of fuel now. Still be all right. And he's in.
Gee, it's a slow entry into the pit lane. I never understand why they use this pit.
Okay, Tobias is on his way out now.
Yeah, let's just keep an eye on that gap. We know it's about a minute in total, 21.4 seconds, so he's absolutely brimmed it. Exactly, he was stationary exactly the same time as Charles as well, so that would make sense as to why he was in the pit stop so long.
Well, I can tell you Mikko's alarm clock's certainly ringing because he's just put in a 2:17.8.
Yeah, fastest lap of the race by some margin. Every time I switch to the most exciting cam, it jumps over to Kim. He's always there, but it's back to this battle that seems to have gone on for all race as well. And that's Kevin and Funny.
Well, it's not
Yeah,
so
they're
much
doing-
battling, it's formation flying, is it? Sorry, Bernie.
That's alright. I was just going to say, you know, these two McLarens are doing quite a good job. Just consistently lapping in 6th and 7th. Or 7th and 8th, sorry.
Yeah, lap 14 of 25. Sim Racers Asia Series. Alex, Brenton, Bernie, Mark on track with you today for this one. We look like we're in for a bit of a thriller. Gone with a split strategy here. Tobias eked the fuel out. He's looking at a one stop. Got the front runners all expecting to make a stop in probably about the next 3 or 4 laps.
Well, let's just see where Tobias is coming up to the final chicane now, I think he is. So let's just see how far behind the leader he is. This will be interesting. Okay, 39 seconds, so Mikko needs to find probably 30 seconds to have Tobias. I can't see that happening.
No, not at all. Sorry about that. Just a bit of interference here. As round the outside.
Kevin has finally got Varney in the two McLarens.
Yeah, see if he can pull away if he's being held up. Got Marcus Wang here as well. Looks like he's having a battle with, is that Eltash?
Well, we've got a battle here for 13th and 14th. Brett Selby-Wood, actually Tobias's teammate, and Chung Kim in the other McLaren. Just a bit off the pace at the moment with the 229s and 227, but yeah, some close racing. Oh, Brett a bit slippery there at the top of Eau Rouge.
Yeah, he's had a bit of pressure pretty much the whole race, has Brett.
Yeah, his car was a bit of a mess earlier. I think he was involved in that first lap altercation.
Yeah, Mikko Nazi as well puts in another fastest lap of the race. He definitely knows what he needs to do. He knows that it's not going to be as straightforward as he was hoping. He got that lead, he thought yes, he had this race, but clearly that's not the case, and alarm bells have rung, but maybe it's just a little bit too late.
Yeah, well, 2:17.5 is faster than his qualifying time, so he's making him here. He's a full 1.3 seconds faster than our second place man Thesera, and who's half a second slower than our third place man Young with a 2:18.3. Scotty Stevens' pace, it's a 2:19.2, which is a good pace, but at the moment it's not holding it. But he's in fourth place, doing a great job.
Yeah, Tim Jackson back up to fifth. Great job as well. Sorry, Bernie.
That's all right, guys. I was just going to say the gap between Tobias and Mikko is now out to 41 seconds.
Yeah, but they're going to be getting close again to having some pit stops. I'd say they're going to be just short fueling out. I'm just trying to think what lap they pit on, 9. So, you know, in another 2 laps, they're going to be pitting again.
Well, I think Mikko's going to have to pit before the rest of the guys. I'm pretty sure that 5 seconds stationary quicker that he was in that stop means that he hasn't got quite as much fuel on board. So I dare say that he's going to be in a little bit sooner, and his pit stop's going to be a bit longer than perhaps he wanted. I think we're going to see Charles come back towards Mikko. Whether or not he'll get close enough, that gap 8.7 seconds now, but certainly going to make his job that much harder to catch up with Tobias.
Well, it could be that way, so you could be right, but Mikko's pace in the first 8-9 laps was fairly distressing for him compared to what he's running now. Maybe, just maybe, I'd love to get inside their heads. Maybe he had started off with a full tank, didn't have to put as much in, so he'd still have a full tank when he gets going again.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think from Mikko's perspective, what else can he really do to control this race? He's really just got to keep on hot lapping, doesn't he, until he can make that pit stop.
Yeah, that's it. Pedal to the metal now. Get us. Just hope that perhaps some of the guys trip up with some traffic and things like that, just to bring him back into play. Of course, what he will have is the advantage of a fresh rubber and a nice fuel tank in those closing stages while he starts to put pressure on, say, Tobias closing in. All Tobias can do is just carry on fuel saving. He can't pick up his pace or anything, so can be very frustrating.
Too shabby. A 2:19.5 beforehand, followed by a 2:20.1. That's quicker than his initial laps for the first half of the race. So what's the gap now? It was 41 seconds, up to 43.3 as Jackson comes into the pits for his second stop. He will make it home from there. Tobias is doing enough. He's well and truly doing enough to win this race.
Let's keep an eye on Jackson, actually, because Jackson had put in a similar sort of amount of fuel as Mikko. So I'm thinking he pitted 1, maybe 2 laps before Mikko. So I expect Mikko will be in very, very soon.
Just coming to a stop now, so
See how much fuel he needs to put in.
Nobby's coming in the pits. Nobby, well, you're on board, mate. Are you going to need a complete top up here?
Yeah, I've come in. I've still got 5 litres left. in the tank, so it's just a short fill for me.
Short fill for you, okay.
I was catching limp too.
We'll get back into it. Jackson out of the bits now.
Yeah, 19.1 seconds drop as well, so he took more fuel than he did the last time. So I expect Mikko's going to be around about an 18-second stationary stop, so...
Yeah, Mikko's in now, guys.
Well, this is where the race is, isn't it? If he can come out, well, I think he'll come out well behind Tobias, but will he be able to chase Tobias down? That's the question.
Yeah,
in the meantime as well, second and third, Teixeira and Wong have closed right up on each other as well. This race is spectacular.
They've stayed out. Tobias just circulating around Paul Frere corner at the moment. Curve de Paul Frere, sorry, we'll get it the right way around. Be people shouting at me right now. But yeah, Wong got the slipstream. Mikko still hasn't reached his pit stop.
Mikko still hasn't stopped.
So
I was going to say, this must feel like an eternity for Mikko.
I mean, Tobias is coming across the start-finish line as well now, so he's still not stationary.
Watch. There go the two McLarens past Mikko as well.
And just now he reaches the box. So here comes Tobias. He's got this quite comfortably.
Wow, this is fantastic, Evan Tobias. Mikko still stationary.
Yeah, 15.3 seconds, so a little bit quicker than Jackson. Worked out his maths probably a little better, but he is a long, long way behind Tobias. Tobias now just rounding Lecum.
Well, he had to take one lap less of fuel perhaps than Jackson, so that might be part of that. But where is Tobias now? Mikko is just at the end of the straight. Tobias has got a big lead here. That's more than 2 seconds a lap to catch that.
Yeah, Charles still holding off Wong here as well. So it's going to be a race in the pits for these two.
Putting in some strong times, aren't they? 2:18.8, 2:18.4. The racing's really heating up at the front. Cream's really rising to the top here today.
Yeah, both drivers continue. Both drivers continue. One got a little out of shape there. I thought he was going to go into the pits, but doesn't in the end.
Well, before they pitted, I think they were, 6 seconds behind Mikko. Well, they might not. Well, they won't have to put as much fuel in as Mikko, so I can't remember how quick the fueling is on the BMW. You might be able to tell us more, Bernie, but they might make this time up again in the pits.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't quite catch what you were saying.
No, I was just wondering how quick the fueling is for the BMW. It's something I didn't really take into account, to be honest with you.
Oh, they run a lot heavier, so I think if anything, they're going to take a bit longer to refuel.
Yeah, so the shorter the stop, the better. Let's keep an eye on those two. They're still out there now, circulating, so I think if they can get maybe 1 or 2 more extra laps out of it, it's going to play into their hands. Certainly could, Mikko could have his hands full.
I know we're concentrating on the leaders, and rightly so, it's a fantastic race, but there's a couple of great efforts here. Stephen Bocade in the rough, just coming in for his second stop now, and Fred Taché in the BMW. Both of them have put in some strong efforts throughout this race too, so just a bit of a shout out for those boys. We're not ignoring you completely. The racing at the front's very exciting, but we acknowledge exactly what you guys are doing back there as well.
Yeah, another great battle for 17th and 18th as well. Just 400ths of a second separate Quan and Frishak at the moment.
Oh, and the two McLarens side, sorry, it's happening in so many places. Yeah, Nobby's right behind them, the two McLarens side by side. I don't know what the name of that quarter is, that long left that just keeps on going and going and going. Side by side, no contact made.
Oh, it was fun to watch, boys.
Yeah, those guys just haven't been able to pull away from each other all race long.
See if I can keep up with them.
Well, they're seeing you 219s and 220s, Nobby. So
I don't know that.
appreciate your honesty. You wouldn't have had to have taken on any tyres throughout this race, Nobby, I'd imagine.
With the fuel, mate, you just may as well. Except for that last short stint.
Teixeira and Wong continue around again. We've got 6 laps to go in this race now. They really are going to go for a splash. I dare say they won't take any tyres or anything. It'll all be about a quick stop.
Traffic, so much traffic here in front of them. Yeah, getting stuck behind the traffic here. Get out the way, young Fred. He's done his best as he goes. It's tough being a lap car sometimes. He's done his best there.
Just having a look at the gap. 13 seconds now, Tobias and Mikko, so it's not over and done with yet. It's about 2 seconds a lap, the gap is coming down. It's going to be close, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
I think Tobias has got some time up his sleeve here. You'd back him in from here.
Just jump on board with the front 2 as well. We must be expecting them in any time now. This lap.
Well, Marcus Wang in the another BMW is just pitting now, so it'll be interesting to see how much fuel he needs to put in here on lap 20.
Yeah, let's have a look at that now. Yeah, yeah, 11.7 seconds stationary. Looked like he didn't opt for any tyres either. So, very, very quick.
Well,
that's about 4 seconds quicker than what Mikko is. So, you know, these guys have got a chance.
Well, they do. Mikko's just punched.
They're both in.
79.
Oh, Wong just skims the wall as they come in, and I think actually Charles might have hit the outside one as well, trying to eke as much time out of that as possible.
Scott Stevens is in as well, guys, right behind him.
Yeah, Scotty.
Very undersold today, Scott. He's right in this.
Let's have a look where Mikko is. Coming down the back straight now. Behind Tobias's teammates. I'm sure there's a little bit of orders going on there just to keep him at bay. Doesn't let him go through Blanchimont.
Tobias will be the leader after this. Just coming through the bus stop now onto the start-finish straight.
Yeah, definitely will be, because Kevin and Farney just came into the pits in the McLarens as well.
You got some the leader behind you there, Nobby, so you better give way to him, mate. He's coming at some pace.
Yeah, particularly bad lap that time by as well for Mikko compared to what we've seen. But where are the leaders? They're just filling up now. This is going to be close, but I think Mikko's got it. He's coming down.
Tobias has already
run
through.
They've
so close coming out, both of them, but it's 12 seconds. 12 seconds separates Tobias and Mikko for the race win. We've got 4 laps to go. He's chasing him down. It's going to be a great finish.
just have a little refresh of the order as it stands. Pretty much everybody's had all their stops now. Just DK Leonard's Chung further back that haven't. So Tobias Cherney leads the way in his Powerbond Dayco Z4. Mikko Nazi is in second place, closing in fast. Will he make it? We're not sure. Charles Teixeira holds on to third place, just ahead of Wong. Half a second separate those two. nothing going. I think they're going to have an epic battle for the rest of this one. Scott Stevens, just a little bit out of it really for that battle, but we should be able to hold on for top 5. So Australia doing extremely well in the championship again today. Kevin Huang and Lazardri, we've been watching them all race long, nose to tail. Probably this is the furthest they've been apart, 1.2 seconds at the moment. Sorry, I skipped Tim Jackson in 6th place as well actually there. So Tim recovering well after being turned around early on in this race. So it's a shame actually. I dare say he had some pace to race the guys at the front. Marcus Huang.
Well, we know Tim had that pace 4th in qualifying, but what's happened has happened. The race is, it's right up the front here. Mikko's lap time is just punched out here. 2:18.4's not going to cut it, Mikko. Not compared to Tobias's 2:19.8. You need more than that.
Yeah, the gap's 10.3 seconds.
Yeah, and there's 3rd and 4th cross the line as well. There's some 16 seconds behind. So too far back to make any kind of run at Mikko.
So how many laps have we got left?
4 laps left at this point. That includes this one.
3rd and 4th, which these two guys, you can throw a blanket over these guys' whole race really. Aaron's got a good run here on the slipstream. Charles isn't just going to let that through. Just a little bit of defensive driving into the back of the straight.
Yeah, if this had the slipstream there of Brett, but Brett got a little bit out of shape in front of him. Still out of shape now, I think.
Gonna make him nervous.
But Wong up the inside.
You got more company, Mr. Noble. Nico's coming at you.
Yep.
Good to see you got rid of those pink rims as well, Nobby. Well done.
Just having a little bit further down the field. Steve Buccade's got his hands full with El Tash here, just half a second behind, fighting for the final top 10 spot. Buccade in his rough, followed by the Z4.
Let's have a look at Tobias's lap time here. Anything in the 19's good enough, and it's a 19.992. We see, are they on the same straight now?
Yeah, we can just see them in the background now.
A 2:17.9, there's 2 seconds. What are we down to? 8.2 seconds with 3 laps to go. Catching's one thing, passing's another. If he gets there, I'd be confident he'd have a go. We saw that in Brazil.
Mate,
It's not going to be a lot, isn't it? I reckon it's going to be within 2 seconds by the end of this race, guys.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Math is right there, Bernie, but tell you what, 1 second or 2 seconds or 10 seconds, if Tobias pulls this off, it's the drive of the season for me.
Yeah, I have to second that.
Just the discipline he'd have to have just to watch cars going faster than him in the opening lap, speeding away, just thinking to himself, I can go faster, but I'm not allowed to. That would take a lot of internal fortitude to do that.
Yeah, especially when he looks like the only driver that's opted for that strategy. It's quite a gutsy move. It's paying off.
Well, I'm looking forward to having a chat with him, seeing what his fuel mapping was. I can't think of a number less than 6.
Knowing Tobias is probably something ridiculous like 3, and he's just done it all with his right foot. He's so he's so good at that.
He is, isn't he? And just, I think his secret, not to fuel savings, he can just maintain that corner speed, can't he? Like he lifts off so early, but his mid-corner speed just gets maintained the whole way through. He doesn't seem to lose much there.
I mean, it's a skill that real drivers struggle with, to be able to coast into the corner, brake a bit later, gain that time up that you lose by coasting, and then get back on the gas again.
The other thing about it, which makes it really good, guys, is Tobias has just stepped out of the V8 supercar straight into the BMW and made a great adjustment.
Yeah, we mentioned that before. He doesn't do too much practice for these races. He just jumps from car to car. Mikko getting ever closer, though. We can see them, both cars in the shot now. 2 laps to go.
2:17.6 to a 2:19, so 2 more seconds. It's 2 laps to go. You've got to make 3.05 seconds, Mikko, and then you're still not past him.
Yeah, it's down to 6.1 seconds now.
And there's no traffic between the two of them. Mikko, you'll be able to see him shortly. You're not going to be able to get to him, I wouldn't think.
Don't know about you guys, but if I was Mikko, I'd rather not see him at all than miss out on this win by a couple of seconds.
Yeah, exactly that. He'd be gutted. He knows he's the fastest man on the circuit. Smashed it in qualifying. He's been undone by a strategy here, though, that didn't know was available to him. Well, to be fair, it's probably not available to him or to half of the field. So
I wouldn't think so. But as soon as he was able to pit on lap 13, he was always going to make the second half. A little tight in there for you, Nobby.
Yeah, I just passed Lynn and he done it on me again.
And we've missed Wong getting past Teixeira. Well, not exactly important for the championship at the moment, because
Was Teixeira struggling with fuel, I'm thinking, because he's Nobby's about to go past him as well here.
yeah, it does look a little bit like that.
That's all I can think of. And Scotty Stevens is not far off him here as well. I've got to say that Scott's going to get him. Oh, there's damage to Charles's car. The front left, there's some definite damage.
Oh, he's crawling. He's he's crabbing all over the place at the moment.
Yeah, all down the right hand side. He's in trouble here.
We'll catch up with him at the end of the race, find out what went on there. Who have we got? 13 seconds back is Jackson, so if he can hold on to it, I'm guessing he's probably got a meatball flag at the moment, but with only 1 lap to go, he'll probably be alright.
Righto, Tobias, is he about to start his last lap? For lap 24?
Does indeed,
No,
final lap.
2 minutes 20 compared to 2:18.9. 5 seconds, not going to happen. Just keep it straight there, Tobias.
Yeah, I think Mikko realised he's lost this lap 13 when Charles went through. 33 seconds ahead of him.
Stevens is through Teixeira as well. Teixeira's no time given there. Obviously, he's gone off track. So, yeah, so Stevens through into 4th. Great effort, that.
It looks like Charles is just going to limp it home. He didn't bring it into the pits, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah, he should still gain enough points here. I think. I don't think Jackson's going to get up to him. So 5th place, you'll still see him jump up to 3rd in the championship with what happened with Dongwoo Gain in lap 1. Just over half a lap to go for Tobias. Still saving fuel out there a little bit. Got a comfortable lead. Mikko knows the game is done. You can only hope that Tobias runs out of fuel on this last lap. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
He did all the hard work in that first stint. Great driving from Tobias. Like you say, the control he had just to let the guys run away from him in front. Save that fuel.
Tell you what, guys, it'll be interesting to see if Timothy and the Demidov BMW can catch Charles on this last lap.
Well said, sir. Well said with the Demidov.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that, mate.
8.6 seconds as it stands right now. It's coming down quite quickly, but not sure it's going to be enough. Charles approaching Curve de Paul Frere. Mark, you're just behind him. He's struggling out there a bit.
Tobias coming
Yeah,
to the
mate,
finish line.
it's a bit hard not to go past him,
by
really.
Tobias.
Yeah.
Well done, Tobias Journey. Outstanding win, Tobias. Congratulations. Mikko in second. Only the 2.2 seconds at the end, but that's a shock. That is a surprise, and that's a great effort, and Tobias has pulled it up. It'd be interesting to have a chat to him. I know he's just downstairs now. But Yaron in third place, a very controlled race for Yaron. He was about thereabouts all day, and gee, we didn't talk about Scott Stevens much, but fantastic for fourth.
Yeah, he's not too far behind Wong as well, so I dare say Wong had a bit of damage in those last few laps, and Charles just about limps it home in front of Tim Jackson there. We see him very close, but manages to hold on to that 5th place. Jackson, what a great recovery drive, back up to 6th place. And the two McLarens, well, they finish a little bit further apart than they have been all race, but Kevin gets the best of Lazardri there. 9th place is Marcus, just coming around the bus stop corner now. That's Marcus Wang, not Lendermann. Obviously we lost Lendermann quite a bit earlier on.
Yeah, and in the end, the difference between Kevin and Farney, the two McLarens, was 10 seconds, so they were racing side by side for the majority of the race, so obviously something's changed there.
Just having a look back through the field, guys. Stephen Bacade's going to finish, but he's got quite a lot of front end damage.
Yeah, he was putting a fair bit of pressure on Marcus Wang at one point for... Fred Eltash, for this final spot in the top 10, but dropped back these last couple of laps. But yeah, something must have gone off there because his car was still rather fresh when we saw that last. But yeah, Eltash there in 10th place, he'll be delighted with that as well. Good drive from him. Bacade coming across in 11th. And DK Lee is actually the first of the lap cars as well, so 11 cars maintained on the lead lap. Well,
Bernie, this is where we normally ask for the driver of the day, but it's a no-brainer. There's not going to be any shocks with your answers here.
yeah, it can only be given to one man, and that is Tobias. What a great drive. He played the strategy game perfect, and it's a special kind of skill to save as much fuel as you need to make this race even on one stop, and yeah, fantastic. 2.2 seconds, so kept his cool, didn't pick up the pace when he was under pressure in this final. He thought, no, I've got it all under control, it's going to be close, but I'm good, and yeah, makes it to the end of this race and takes a very, very impressive first victory in this Sim Racers Asia Series. Expect a few of those guys will be joining us in the comms box very shortly. Just while they get themselves all together, we'll go to a very quick commercial break, bring up the start again, see what happened for that one, and we'll be right back.
Having a look at the start right now.
Take your hobby to the next level with a quality racing rig that works great with a PS3, Xbox 360, and a PC. GT Omega Racing Simulator is compatible with a wide range of steering wheels, including Logitech, Fanatec, Thrustmaster, and more. The GT Omega is available now worldwide by going to www.gtomegaracing.com.
Welcome back to ARL TV. Alex Simpson, Brent and Mark Birdie all here after what was probably one of the best races we've seen all season. Strategies galore going on out there. Well, I say galore, I mean it was just one man that pulled something out of the bag. And yeah, fantastic drive by him. New championship leader, but let's just take a quick look at the replay of this start again.
Yeah. Jump on board Yuta Saito, our newcomer. Unfortunately, you'll find a bit of smash and bang right around this car. Just got into the side of someone, and that was pretty convincing as to where the fault was there.
Yeah, unfortunately no room for anyone to check up, as we mentioned in the race. And, well...
That's a big lot of cars going in there.
Yeah, well, I don't think we've seen that many disappear from the race for quite some time.
Oh, there's some big hits too. That's a real shame, but geez, I would have loved to have been driving the Ford GT around there some stage, but wouldn't have got near our winner, Tobias Cherney. No doubt at all about that.
Yeah, smashed it with that one stop. He's just away, I think, at the moment. Let's just see if we can't poke him into some life. Have a quick word with him.
Tell you what, boys, I'm sweating after that.
Yeah, good job, mate. Good job.
Yeah. Looks like he has returned.
Yeah, hello guys.
Mr. Cherney, what can we say? Amazing race from you today. You played the strategy card from the very first lap. We had Brenton in here saying it was not possible to make it to lap 13. No way in hell. Yet you nailed that. Just tell us about your race and why you decided to go for that strategy.
Yeah, after the V8 race this morning, yeah, I didn't have much practice here at Spa, so I actually had no lap done before. Yeah, 15 minutes of practice, and yeah, I was doing a few laps, struggled with the setup. We were doing I think 21s, 20s, and I saw that Mikko is doing a 17s, and like no way that I'm gonna catch him this way. And I had some problems with my eye speed. It didn't show me the correct fuel consumption, and so I went out of the session again, rejoined, and she restarted iSpeed and all this stuff. Calculated a bit, saw that I needed for 13 laps something with 3.5. I played around with the fuel maps. Number 6 I took, or number 5. So not this, the one with at least a small amount of power. And yeah, I saw that I could make it full throttle. It's like 3.8, 3.9 liters. And with a bit of saving here and there, yeah, I made it work, but it was very, very tough these first 13 laps.
Yeah. When you pitted on lap 13, how much fuel did you have left when you came into the pits? You must have been so close to dry.
Yeah, 0.2 or something. I just I didn't even put the speed limiter in because it can consume some kind of fuel. I just tried to second gear, tried to roll like 6 Ks, and yeah, just made it to the pit stop. Actually, I wasn't sure where my pit is and where the laps count because I thought it would be the second start, the old start. So, but in the end, decided to get a bit more aggressive in the second stint. Then, as I had like 3.5 liters left from lap 13, and ran a bit faster, but iSpeed wasn't able to get up to the actual fuel burn informations. So I felt quite safe until I realized that the average fuel burn is still given with something like 3.7, and the actual one was 4.1, and then the game started all over again.
Well, mate, you turned the race on its head with that strategy. I gotta admit, I did a bit of practice this week with a couple of others, and there's just no way it was getting contemplated one stopping. So fuel map 6, I think I said that during the race, it's the only way you're probably going to make it, but that was your plan right from the start. What kind of discipline do you need within? Like, you know you can go faster, but to turn your engine right down, that must be tough to do.
Yeah, it was engine map 5. Engine map 6 is the one that really allows you, I don't know, straight line speed of 180 k's or something. Yeah. So map 5, yeah, it's pretty tough because even at the start with all the cars around me, I knew I had like 10 k's left on the straights. I tried to just stick with some slipstream. Then there was this accident, and yeah, cars fell off here and there and spread it way apart. And I thought, okay, now I already lost. If I would go full throttle now, it's already, I don't know, 4 seconds behind or whatever. Yeah, I was really looking to the fuel numbers nearly every single lap. And yeah, tried a few guys behind me didn't really want to pass me when I lifted off like 200 meters before the braking point. But in the end, everything went well, and yeah, pretty stoked with that win because I absolutely didn't expect it to win. I saw that Mikko was rushing away with over 2 seconds per lap in the first stint, And yeah, I knew my second stint will be a bit faster, but I had no idea how much. And also, I actually have no idea how much Mikko took fuel, how much liters, because I was standing for so long in the pits as I needed 46 liters.
Yeah, Mikko was actually one of the quickest in the stops as well, so I wondered perhaps, if you might have just tried to take that one lap less of fuel to really eke out the time as well, but it sounds like you just brimmed it full and used the extra fuel you had just to take a bit of a quicker second stint out there. So wow, just congratulations on a great performance. The guys were saying here you jumped straight in from a V8 supercar race with very little practice as well, and to fuel save like that, you are pretty much the master in the V8 car at that, and it's proved that you can do it in any car now. So yeah, awesome job today.
Thank you. But I have to say it's way more difficult here in the Z4 because it loses way more speed when coasting. The V8 you usually have to coast anyway, and by just doing it a bit more you can save tons of fuel. But with the Z4, I lifted off, and I was losing speed massive. But I'm really happy that it worked out in the end, and well done for the other guys pulling out these super fast lap times I was not able to do, so I had to look into my pocket and see what other strategies I got left.
Yeah, good job there, Tobias. So good result for Australia too, AC. You got 3 Aussies in the commentary box. One of
that's
them
also very awesome.
Flying the Australian flag for us, had the win tonight. So congratulations, Tobias.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Right, let's bring up our second place finisher of the day. Mikko, what can we say? The amazing pace today, absolutely dominant as far as lap times and qualifying and practice and fastest laps in the race went, but just undone by a strategy in the end.
Yeah, and then thanks. A few of my own mistakes as well.
So when did you think that Tobias was on that one stop, and had you played with that strategy at all during the week?
No, I only started driving about an hour and a half before the race, so I just quickly looked at fuel and thought it wouldn't be easy to save the fuel. And I did. When did I notice it? I think right after my first stop, I realized that Tobias was on a fuel-saving strategy.
I guess at that point there's nothing really you can do, just run your race by your numbers, push as hard as you can get, and we certainly saw in that second stint you're banging in fastest lap after fastest lap, and gapped obviously Charles and Wong, who were fighting behind you, so no one to slipstream as well. You had to do it the hard way, but got within 2 seconds. I have to say, amazing job.
Yeah, it was my main mistake was hitting Jaren and getting some damage, and then after I hit him, I let him pass, so that cost me some time as well. But yeah, my plan was if I was anywhere near the other guys to short fuel in the first pit stop, which worked great. I pulled a gap on Charles. So.
Well, we were just about to ask that. Like your initial lap times up until your first stop were in the 2:18s, 2:19s even. We were thinking perhaps fuel saving early on, but were you not doing that? Well, what was your strategy there?
Well, I didn't want to take any huge risks trying to overtake, and my car also handled like crap behind the other guys. But then after I hit Jaren, I didn't know I had damage until I think a back marker came in the way and he got a bit of a gap, and then I realized that the damage was fairly bad.
Gotcha. Actually, times were even 2:21s, even a 2:21.4 you blew out to. So, yeah, a bit off the pace there compared to later in the race. But so you short fueled at your first pit stop, lap 10, I think it was.
Yeah, 9 or 10.
Obviously,
otherwise, I would have just been stuck behind Charles again.
Yeah, obviously, Marcus didn't finish the race as well, so you take the lead back in the championship. Are you around for the remaining races of this season?
I don't know how many weeks are there.
Just the two left.
Okay, just the 2. Yeah, I probably am.
I say 2. Sorry, it's 3, isn't it? We're on round 3 weeks now. Sorry.
No chance.
Well, it's going to be. I have to say, it's going to be extremely close because obviously didn't score any points this week, so you were only 5 behind going into this race. So jumped back into the lead quite considerably. Couple of good weeks now, and yeah, it's all going to be about that final race, I guess, if he can win it. So it's going to be very thrilling for us to commentate on.
And I should be here for all the races unless something else comes up.
Great. Well, congratulations on second place, taking the lead back in the championship anyway, and perhaps a little bit bittersweet with the pace and performance you had out there, just to get pipped at the end there by 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was alright. It was fun. Thanks.
Cheers, mate.
Good on you, Mikko. Well done.
All right, who's next?
Charles came third. No, Charles had a bit of drama. I think Scotty.
Yeah.
With 4th place. Scotty on ARL TV's coverage of the GT Asia series, mate. Congratulations, a 4th place, picking up Charles Sarah there late due to some problems, mate. But a strong performance throughout, mate. A strong performance. Congratulations. How would you describe your race?
Yeah, thanks, guys. It was buying my time kind of race, to be honest. I didn't have the pace for the front guys. That were just, you know, you're looking at Mikko, Charles. I can't think of, is it Jason or something? I think his name is. Sorry if I get that wrong. Overall, but just stuck to my strategy. I'd actually done a bit of a practice run race on my own throughout the week, and just thought just stick to that. Bit of a game plan. And I knew that Charles and Jason had done the 20-litre fill at the end for the last stint, and I knew that they were going to have to like really save on fuel. And I'd done a little bit extra over my testing. I'd worked out I needed a little bit more than that. So in the last 2 laps, I was able to pick up the pace and almost got up to 3rd, but happy with 4th overall. So yeah, not too bad. Just got to try and stay out of trouble with some of these races, which I managed to do. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, your qualifying was strong, and because of that, you missed a massive crash on lap 1. Take the time to have a look at that when you look at the replay. But 2:18.996 on lap 5, your fastest lap, but consistently running the 2:19s, mate. So good, strong pace and kept out of trouble. Mate, 4th place is a fantastic result. Where'd you start? 7th on the grid, so you should be real happy with that. And up to 4th, perhaps in the championship. We'll have a look at that as well for you. No. You'll stay 6th because Tobias had a win. So 6th in the championship still, but some good points.
Yeah, my 1-lap flyers aren't hugely good. They're not ultra fast or anything, but I managed to keep a pretty good race pace, which I'm pretty happy with over the course of the time, and pretty much knew that if I could keep in the 19s, I was going to be up there or thereabouts. And some of the driving that I guess kind of goes on at the start of the races, you can pick up some good spots there, and then try and just hold your position throughout the rest of the race. So look, fourth is good. I'm stoked with it. I was kind of looking at 5th position, to be honest, after the last pit stops. But yeah, Charles had a bit of an issue there and managed to capitalise on that, which was pretty good, and almost got up, like I said before, up into that 3rd spot. But no, never to mind. 4th is good, and pretty good points haul, I think, for Team Australia as well.
Well, fantastic result for Team Australia and your JFFRacing.com BMW. Off to Brands Hatch next week, I think it is. Have you had any chance to have a look at that at all?
No, but we've managed to recruit a new driver. He's not going to be racing in this series, but hopefully we'll pull him across to it next season. And he's fast, and he's got a pretty awesome setup for Brands. So I could be possibly talking it completely up. I don't know yet because I haven't tried the setup, but from going on from his records and stuff and what he's telling us, it's not too bad. So we'll wait and see what pans out. And
well, do you want to give us an exclusive and tell us who this mystery driver is?
Oh no, I think look, we've got JFF's got some pretty big news looking like it's coming our way. Hopefully, we're going to launch something pretty big in season 3, and we'll probably have some more info on a driver with that as well, along with that. So I'll keep it a little bit under secrets at the moment.
Keeping us in suspenders, eh?
That's it, under suspense. Keep you guys waiting. Who could it be? What could it be? So yeah.
Well, it's great that you've got the sponsorship there with JFF. I think it is. So mate, we sit around and wait with bated breath for that, mate. So congratulations. 4th position is a fantastic result, and as you said, great points for Australia tonight. So congratulations, mate, and good luck next week.
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
We'll see you some stage.
I'll see you then.
Oh,
Yep.
Sorry, Charles, just to grab you in mid-conversation there.
alright, mate.
Congratulations on good performance today. I bet you're probably a little bit gutted there. We didn't see what happened at the end. Obviously, we saw you got a lot of damaged car, crabbing a bit those last couple of laps. You obviously lost a couple of places, but still managed a top 5. Great pace early on. But yeah, just tell us a bit what happened those closing laps.
Yeah, so I was just actually discussing it with everyone else in the other channel. Basically, out of the source, you know, the kink between the source and Eau Rouge, I clipped the wall a tiny little bit, and apparently tiny clip can send your car into the other wall really, really hard. So that happened, and that was it.
Yeah, I was actually just on board looking at it. It's an unusual place there to go off, and it just seems like a massive exaggeration just to slightly clip that wall, and it's put you into the far wall, and that's a fair chunk of damage there for you, mate. It's certainly cost you a podium position.
Yeah, absolutely gutted, man. I definitely had the pace for either 2nd or 3rd on the podium, but I don't know how Mikko got the 8-second jump in the first stop. The guy is nuts. He should start from the pits, I think.
Well, we can tell you how he's short fueled, so he didn't put quite as much in as you.
I see. Yeah.
How much?
Yeah.
How much practice had you had week? And we got to refer to our race winner, Tobias Cheney. At any stage, did you contemplate just doing a 1-stop?
I did. I hosted a practice session in the middle of the week, and I ran a 1-stop, and I won that race. But you know, we didn't have guys like Mikko and so on in that session, so I couldn't really compare proper race pace. So yeah, I only did 1 race distance of practice the entire week. So yeah, pretty good effort. Marcus sent me the setup, and the car felt really hooked up. But Mikko's car was much faster. So good job to him, man.
You had great pace in those early laps as well. The first stint, you were able to pull out a little bit of a lead with the guys battling ahead, and yeah, I mean, I think really where you lost a little bit of time, even to Yaron, was in the pits, just a little bit slower. Did you brim it full in that first pit stop?
So, can you repeat the last bit?
Yeah, did you take full tank at the pit stop?
Oh, yeah, I took 46, 46, 20. And 20 wasn't enough for the last stint, so yeah, I got a good start. I've been working on it, and I was like, oh shit, side by side with Mikko and Eau Rouge, not very clever. Decided to stick it in and managed to keep it in there, and then I think Dongwoo turned into me or something, I don't know. Something happened, and yeah, it was a pretty good race. I could have managed to fuel a little bit better, but everyone was flat out anyway. So.
Well, you certainly threw the cat amongst the pigeons, probably an Australian saying, but you certainly stirred it up from about lap 4 to lap 7. You just stretched out. I think you even got out to about a 4.5 second lead there for a while. It was looking really handy for you. So some solid good laps there. They had a bit of a drama with Marcus Lendermann getting a monster to the back there, which stirred it up a bit, but some good solid laps there. So no, it was a good result for you, mate. A bit of a shame about your accident with just the 1.5 laps to go, but a good result.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was really good fun. The track is Spa, right? What else can we say about the track? Best track in the game, probably. Yeah, had really good fun. The drivers nowadays in the series are really, really good. So, Mark does a good job every week, and you guys do a good job every week. So, it's all good, man.
Cool, thanks,
cheers,
Charles.
mate. Yeah, good job, Charles, and Brands Hatch next week, mate. So good luck with that.
Yeah, man. Cheers. Before I go, I'll be running a "Keep Fighting Michael" sticker on the side of the car. So hopefully he's still in everyone's thoughts. Good stuff. Hopefully he gets better soon.
Yeah, we did see that on the broadcast today. Nicely done.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Good on you,
We'll see.
Charles. Congratulations, mate.
Cheers.
Oh, our next one, he's not going to be real happy.
Last up. Go on, Brendan, you take it away.
Oh, I felt gutted for him because I know how hard he's practiced all week, and he's put in some solid laps, got a good setup in the end, and I said my piece during the commentary. I don't probably need to say much more, but Tim Jackson, congratulations on a 6th place. Well, 6th or 5th for you then? No, 6th place, mate. 4th was there for you, I would reckon. Maybe not top 3, but certainly 4th, mate. Tell us about your race.
Oh, mate, absolutely gutted. Definitely had the pace to be up there with him. Maybe Mikko would have driven away, and obviously with Tobias's strategy, it wouldn't have changed there, but definitely would have been fighting for the podium. It's one for the bank, put it that way.
Yeah, I thought you might see it that way, but just tell us a bit.
You're all right.
No, just tell us a bit about the incident. It was such good racing the first 4 laps, and I don't want to go on about it because I'm sure Lendermann didn't do it deliberately, but it was just stupidly clumsy. The first 4 laps were just exciting, close racing, and there's no doubt you had the pace at all. But what was the reason behind you pitting? Lap 7, I think you came in.
I was down on top speed because of the shunt I got behind, so I come in early, and I thought I'd just get in early and just run two full loads, try and pick some time up. That was about it, mate. If there was no damage on the rear and I wasn't losing some straight line speed, I would have done the normal pit strategy, but you get dealt those cards and you just run with it.
Yeah, we're 2:18.89, your quickest lap on lap 12. Very respectable, mate. Couple of touches in it.
Quickest legitimate lap.
The quickest legitimate, yeah. I see a 2:18.6 in there on lap 20, but a few, touching the 2:18s quite consistently. I know Scotty in 4th place was consistent in the 2:19, so you'd probably think that you might have had him covered, or he did exceptionally well, and perhaps from that maybe Yaron as well. So it's just another race of what could have been, Tim, but it's great having you in the series, and I know you're loving the series, but those type of things are disappointing, mate.
Oh, mate, I'm not going to go too much. I know Marcus didn't do it on purpose, but it's just frustrating when people get, impatient and want to try and get around the whole field in 5 laps. It's a real concern, but we'll deal with it. We'll go to Brands Hatch next week and move on.
Yeah, well, that's right, Brands next week, mate. And you showed some good pace afterwards in the Demonov Innovations at BMW. That's about the 5th time I've said that.
That's $5.
Thank you very much. You've got genuine pace, and you've shown pace every race. Considering you're new to the series, mate, you must be confident of maintaining your position in the top 6 in the series.
Yeah, definitely confident. As I said, a few mistakes I've made in a few tracks which could have seen me up further, but all in all I can't complain. I know I've got enough speed to be up with the top 5 guys. / maybe remove Mikko there, but the rest of the guys I know I can keep up, and as long as I can do that, I know I'm in with a shot each week at the podium, so just keep rock and roll.
And you just keep flying the Aussie flag, mate. Tobias flies the Aussie flag for us, so 1st, 4th and 6th, mate. So is Kevin in 7th? Is he with us? I can't remember if it's Kevin or Marcus, but yeah, a great result for Australia too, mate. So good job getting back up to 6th, mate. Would have been very easy to throw all the toys out the cot, but good job putting your head down there and getting up to 6th, mate. So well done.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Right then, I think we just got Pijo just popped in, see if we can have a quick word with him.
He had a disappointing grid position, so where did he come in the race?
And an 18th.
Yeah. Nazi rule, yeah, 19th, yeah. Yeah, they're... Nope.
Oh no, doesn't want to have a word.
He's just wanted to have a chat with us. Well, there we go. Wrap that up, so... Great win by Tobias. Congratulations to him. A fantastic effort. 2.2 seconds up on Mikko Nasi. Mikko's going to put that in the bank, I'll tell you that. He's going to keep his eyes open there. Yaron in third, so there's your podium. Tobias, Mikko and Yaron Wong. Great effort by all. And a great race, really. Just Tobias' strategy just threw it all up and just made that race just that more exciting. It was really good to see.
Yeah, fantastic drive from him. We just can't take anything away from Mikko's pace, but Tobias to run that pace and fuel save as much as he did, it's just truly amazing performance, and deserved that victory I think today.
Not sure whether Bernie's still there.
Yeah, I'm still here, guys. No, that race was fantastic. It was probably one of the best races I've seen all year. It was really good.
Yeah, Mark, from sitting in the cockpit, how did you find that one out there today?
Well, it was fantastic, mate. It's a shame I buggered up that start from the pit, so I got done for speed and I didn't put the limiter on. But anyway, other than that, it was a really good race, and watching those fast plates go past was just amazing. Watching them go through some of the corners.
Just
it was an eye
series. There you go, Nobby.
It was definitely an eye opener, I can tell you. They are fantastic drivers, those top blokes.
Yeah, well, thanks, fellas.
The series has just gone up so much. It's just it is a different series now than when it first started. I know there was an incident first lap today, but overall, Mark Lang is to be congratulated how he runs this show with his penalty system and things like that. It really has worked.
Yeah, absolutely. Series just goes from strength to strength, and yeah, like we say, there was a little accident today, but the nature of the track, I think, if there's anything at the top of Eau Rouge, it just leads to that sort of an incident when we've got 35 car grid. Some of the other series and leagues out there wouldn't even have anywhere near that amount to worry about. So, but Mark has, and for most part, the drivers do a hell of a job. And yeah, I dare say we'll bounce back at Brands next week, and we'll get a clean getaway. Very tricky first couple of corners at Brands as well. But yeah, that's going to be a thrilling race to watch. For sure, great layout for these GT3s.
Hell's bells, AC. If you call that a little accident in the first lap, I'm going to hate to see what a big one is.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's some videos of some big ones. I recently recall seeing a Road America one that took out about 30 cars in an official series, so that's a big one. But,
yeah, true.
But anyway, thanks lads for joining us. Been good fun having you all in here, and yeah, for everybody who's tuned in and watched this race, thanks again. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like us on Facebook and Twitter and all those good places. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in. I've been Alex Simpson, been joined by Brenton O'Brien, Mark Noble, and Bernie Weimer. Sorry, I don't know the surname, how to pronounce it. Bernie?
Yeah, but Bernie Weimers.
Weimers, there we go. That was close, but no cigar. Thanks, fellas, and we've had a lot of fun here today. This has been Sim Racers Asia GT Series, coming to you from Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Our winner today, Tobias Cherney. What a fantastic drive by him. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.